Believe it or not, we don't have the desk here today. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Agri101 series. If you have something you'd like me to teach, let me know in the comments section right below. We're going to start today with grain grading. Now grain grading there's two things. There's the real world application of it, and there is the competition. Now I'm going to start first with an introduction to what is grain grading. Well, grain grading is a culmination of the factors that we use to designate a grain type's quality. Those factors will play into the price, will play into defining the quality, and the quality will eventually define the price, which will help define your profit for the year. So grain grading is very important. We're going to talk about this in two senses. The sense of grain grading at the elevator, where the grain is graded and a sample is taken, and this is all for price, and then the competition that you can join to help your skills with grain grading. Now let's first talk about the competition. This competition is through both 4-H and FFA. If you have this at your local chapter, I would encourage you to join it. If you don't, I would encourage you to try to get it at your local chapter, because this is an amazing competition. It's not just grain grading. The competition is the CROPS CDE, which stands for Career Development Event, and it will help you out a lot. I want to talk about grain grading. I've got this up in the background from the Purdue Extension. If you want to find anything, I may or may not link it in the description, but you can find all of this on the Purdue Extension website. Just search up FFA Crops CDE, go to the Purdue Extension link, and all of this will be here. It'll be under the Crops Handbook, the Grain Grading Handbook. So here we have... Well, basically what it is you have a sample. It'll list out all the things for you. I'm not going to actually grade because I don't have the papers printed out, and I probably will mess it all up. That's the thing. When you're doing it by hand, you do mess up a lot. And we'll talk about what fixes that in the elevators later on. You have about an hour to do it. Let's get to the important things. So when you fill out the answer sheet, this is what in here. The grade in kind. So your grade, the US number 1, depends on a multitude of factors that we've already talked about in one of the videos. I forget which one it was, but it was the Agri101 series. So we talked about, it was in the weather video, because we're talking about test weight. Test weight factors into this. What else factors? Test weight, then your heat damage, your DKT, which is your damaged kernels total. There's all kinds of other things that play into this. Your corn type, any special grade factors. You have the first thing here you need to put on is test weight, moisture, heat damage kernels, DKT, foreign material, which is for soybeans, splits is soybeans, BCFM is corn, shrunken and broken kernels is soybeans, that's wheat, and defects total is also wheat. Wheat will also have dockage, and there are marks such as special grades or sample grade factors. I know this is all very confusing. If you've done this, you'll understand it. If not, the best I can explain it to you is these are all the things that define what grade, what number we give it up here, and the number defines the price. Now, we can see here, yep, okay, they're all given to you, you just write them down. The special grade factors, you can see as I'm scrolling through. If you want to read through this, it will explain it in a lot more detail. I'm just going through it very quickly. There's 26 pages of this. I'm not going to explain all of this. We grade corn, soybeans, and wheat in the competition. Yep, this is defining corn, the different types of corn. This is a sheet to fill it out. This is explaining how we determine everything, like BC and FM. This is how we determine everything. It's anything that passes through a 1264 sieve, sweet corn, popcorn, blue corn, all those kinds of things. Anything that's not supposed to be in it is BCFM for corn. There's all kinds of things in here. I'm not going to go through them. If you want to check this website out, I will probably link it in the description, and it will have everything here for you to see. Now, we're going to talk in a different sense. I'm just going to pause here on the soybeans one, which is the sense of at the elevator. So, like I said, errors are common when you're doing this. It's very, very difficult to get every single thing right. I mean, I've personally done it like a couple of times, but that's out of a lot of problems. And you have to be right when you're paying people based on it. This is why we have computers that take a sample out of a truck. So when you go to the elevator, and if we ever have video of the elevator, if we already have that up, I don't know. We might have done it this week, we might not have. I'm recording this ahead of time, so you'll go to the drive to the elevator, and they will stick a probe in the trailer of your truck or whatever you're hauling grain in. It will take a sample of that grain. That sample will then be analyzed by computers. The computers will separate it all out. They will figure out how much of everything's in it. They will figure out the moisture, the damage kernel totals. It will grade the grain for you. It will give it a grade, either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or sample grade. Sample grade is the worst. You don't want that. It will then define your price based on that, but a lot of times it's based on moisture, mostly. So I take that back. Your grade does not always define your price, but the higher grade is always better. It just depends on where you're at as well. So that is a very important part. That's basically how grain grading works. We're going to scroll through the rest of this, but those are the two senses. You can do it in a competition. I know my experience with my FFA chapter, we made it to state one year. It was a really fun competition. It was a straight-to-state competition this year because of coronavirus, and it wasn't in person, which was kind of sad. I think I did all right. The other things in this competition are a test with a field guide. You will have crops identification, seeds identification, weeds identification, weed seed identification. You know, it's a lot of ID stuff. Disease and damage factors. So as I'm scrolling through this here, we're just going to scroll to the end. You can see all the different things. Now we're on wheat. Dockage is something that I don't understand, to be honest with you. I haven't got to it yet. We were told we didn't need to learn it yet. It turns out it was on the competition, but that was unexpected, so it's fine. And I never actually read this. I was probably supposed to read it, but the competition was running on an hour and a half, and I was ready to leave, so I didn't read it. Because it was just in our ag room. Sadly, it wasn't in person. When you get to do it up at Purdue, it is amazing. And I say this for Indiana. I don't know for other states, but for Indiana, I know our competition for state is at Purdue University, and it's probably some of the best memories I've had in FFA or 4-H. I really, really did enjoy it. I also got pepper put in my drink without knowing, and let's say that's not fun. I could have an entire video about all the memories made there, but that's not what we're here to talk about. See, these are sample grade factors. If any of these things are found, or enough of these things are found in the grain, then they are rated sample grade, and therefore are the lowest grade automatically. Stones, glass, scrotallaria, castor beans, unknown foreign substances, harmful or toxic substance, cockleburrs, animal filth, heating, or distinctly low quality. There's several reasons for that as well. These are special factors, all depending on what's in it, and the scent as well. And yep, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to comment, share, like, and subscribe. I'm going to take a break. I have made several of these videos in just one period of time. I just sat down and made them. I had fun doing it, but I'm starting to get burnt out, so we're going to stop. Hopefully you guys pick something up from this grain grading video. I enjoyed talking about it. It's a whole nother thing. Like I said, I'll link this in the description so you guys can look at it if you'd like. But this definitely plays a very large role in how everything works as far as determining the quality of grain. And we're going to have some things, a video in the future on things that affect the yield, because yield is another big thing. Yield is how much physical material comes out of that field. The higher the yield, the more money. So we'll have a video that explains the factors that can affect yield directly and those that are indirect and sometimes not noticed near as much. So like I said, hopefully you guys pick something up. Be sure to comment, share, like, and subscribe. Have a great day, and we will see you next time.